Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20 plus years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, we're going to be replacing the blower motor on this 2002 Chevy Impala. This motor does fit a lot of different GM vehicles, so the process is probably about the same, although some differences in how the access panel and stuff comes off may be. Tools we used on this vehicle were needle nose pliers, a flat blade screwdriver, a 5mm socket and driver, and a T20 Torx bit with a driver, as well as a ratchet extension for one of the fasteners, which is a little difficult to get to. Okay, start by removing this lower panel. Okay, there's a clip there and a clip there, and there's also a pin that holds it right there. So what you probably want to do first is take a pair of needle nose pliers, kind of push up on the panel and get the pliers in there. Okay, we'll fast forward here a little bit as I just kind of work the pliers in under that pin and pull it down. Okay, push on these clips. Bring the panel down, and you can unhook your courtesy light. Okay, now you're going to remove this bracket that's next to the motor. It's two 5mm bolts, and I'll speed it up a little bit here. That bracket just kind of holds that wiring harness, and you need to have that wiring harness out of the way to remove the motor. Okay, next there are 3 T20 Torx screws. One here, okay, one here, and then one right back in there, this one here. Okay, so for the rear one, I'm using an extension and a ratchet. I'm really contorting myself in here. Okay, fast forward here a little bit. As you can see, use that ratchet and socket extension to get that rear one, and then the other two are pretty easy, just with a driver and your T20 Torx bit. And once the motor's down, then you basically pull this wiring harness down, pull your motor down, and then you're going to want to reach back in here. Very hard for me to film. I'll show you basically how to do it later. But reach back in, press the tab on your lead, and pull it out, and your motor's out. Okay, so here's the connector. Okay, there's the tab. So what you're doing is you're feeling up in there and pushing on that tab right there in order to release it. Okay, so here's our original motor. Here's the new motor from 1A Auto. You can see they're exactly the same. They have the same connection. You will want to take this hose and take it off the original motor and just put it on to the new one. Pretty easy. Okay, just like that. I am actually going to reinstall the old one because in this vehicle this one's working fine, and we're not one to waste perfectly good parts. So, but I just want to show you that the new part from 1A Auto is going to be the exact same as the old one. it's going to mount the same and work the same. Okay, to put the motor back up in, what you're going to want to do is take your lead and put the motor up in and reconnect the lead. Can't really video it, unfortunately. Okay, and then I'm going to try and basically work the motor up underneath these wires. So kind of pull down the wire and work it up in there. And just make sure you make sure you didn't pinch your harness connection or anything in there. And put it up and in. And start this screw first. Put it through. Okay, just get it started. Okay, make sure this tube is not caught on anything. Okay, put this next one up and in. And start it. Okay, the third one, just kind of do it a little bit by feel. Once you have those first two in, you should be able to put the third one in and just push it up. Turn a little bit. I'm just going to use my extension and bit here. Get it going by hand. Okay, before we go too far, tube. The tube goes up and in, and there's a you gotta basically just feel up in there. There's a little spout coming down onto the plastic, and get the tube on there as best you can. Once you have it a little bit in place, and just kind of work it right on there. Okay, now we can tighten everything up.
Okay, so I'm going to fast forward through tightening it up here, and you'll see I do it by hand quite a bit first, and then I use the driver. And when you tighten them up, make sure they're good and firm. You don't have to make them incredibly tight because you can strip out the plastic, and you don't want to do that. Okay, and keep the fast forward going as I put that bracket back up into place and start the two 5mm bolts. And we'll continue to fast forward, tighten those two bolts up, then put your panel back up in place, put your light in, start your pin first, and then clip the other two clips, and you're all set. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.